By now, you may or may not have heard about the VTA shootings in San Jose. I think it's worth having a conversation about guns at work and what do you do? I was at a training a few years ago. Workplace leaders were being trained on how to deal with certain situations. One of the role play scenarios came up of what do you do if another union member comes up to you at work and tells you that so-and-so's got a gun or Joe Schmo's got a gun in his locker. These trainings aren't exactly always current. I was a little upset at the time because the prevailing thought and what was being taught is if you don't know something for sure, you leave it alone. So in this scenario, so-and-so comes up to you and says, Joe Schmo's got a gun in their locker. What we were training people is you don't know anything, so you don't say anything. You don't know for sure if that's true. You don't know if someone's just trying to get somebody else in trouble. You don't know what's going on. So maybe investigate, maybe not. Maybe just leave it alone. It drove me crazy at the time because I think that we've gotten better than that. I think we've learned more now. I think times are different. And so let me tell you about my experiences about being a union rep and about guns in the workplace. So I can think of 2 occasions where guns came up in the workplace over my long career. One of them was as I was a worker, I was a delivery driver at work. We were all sorting our packages in the morning. There was a rumor that one of the guys at work had brought a gun into work. You know, he would be one of those guys you would be concerned about. I wasn't directly involved in this, but you know, it was our workplace is anything like your workplace. Everybody's talking all the time about all kinds of stuff. What happened in that scenario is what I've learned is the best way to handle it. Somebody called the cops anonymously and said, so-and-so's got a gun at work. Now, yes, it feels a little bit like tattling or snitching or ratting somebody out, but let me tell you what happened. The police came to the workplace. They came in and they interviewed this person and they went through their locker, they went through their vehicle, through their personal vehicle, no gun. That being said, they left. It's a union workplace, so nobody's getting in trouble. There's no discipline. There's a little bit of inconvenience, but everybody moved on with their day and it was never an issue going forward. So that one ended well. I think that ended as best as it possibly could. I was the shop steward at the time and I thought about what would have happened if had there been a gun and that person had had a gun. And I think that's probably the best way to handle it. Because had there been a gun, the police would have got it. That person would have had a gun at work, which doesn't benefit anybody. That's not being safe at work. That's not being smart at work. I think we can all agree guns at work are a bad idea. So that was my first experience with guns in the workplace. The second time came in, I was a union rep. I was working full time in the office. And another rep had gotten a phone call from a member who said they had seen somebody else with a gun at work. That person may be upset. What do? So they're calling the union looking for advice, remedy, right? I mean, that's the reason why anybody calls the union is they want a remedy to a situation that they're having. That person was relatively new, the rep that fielded the call, and they asked me, what do I do? Obviously, everybody's kind of scared at this point. Again, the first rule of being a union rep is you're not trying to get anybody in trouble. You're not trying to harm the people that you represent. At the same time, you represent everyone, not just the person that's getting in trouble or not just the person who's got the problem there. I mean, you got to look out for everybody. Drawing back on that first experience, the answer was very obvious to me at that point. Tell that guy on hold to hang up and call 911 and say, I think so-and-so's got a gun at work. We need somebody down here to help deal with this. Now, it's 2021. I understand bringing police into this situation is not always the best option. And I would say minus a gun, I would say minus threat of a gun or a threat of a firearm or a shooter, police are not the best option. When it comes to guns, nobody should have guns at work, period. So what am I telling you? What's my tip? What's my suggestion? If you think somebody has a gun at work, you think they could use it, you tell somebody. Call the cops. You do whatever you got to do to take that situation out of that direction. You call the police, you tell management, pull the alarm. Better to be wrong than to be dead. So take care of yourself, take care of your friends and family, stay safe.